Apparel means to cover yourself, not to dress to show sexual attention. Because sister, you 15 years old, they got men, you dressing those tights, they got grown men that'll look at you and try you. Today, they got grown men that'll snap. Hey, my sister, watch, check this out. I want to show you something. How many of our sisters you see coming up missing? You see on Facebook, Instagram, missing, young sisters your age. We do missing person flyer missions. We see sisters like yourself all the time in your age. And 9 out of 10 times, they probably was walking down the street dressed like that and didn't think they was harming nobody. But guess what? They got sick people out here. They'll look at a young girl that's defenseless and prey on her. So that's why the Bible tell you cover yourself. Read.
With shamefacedness.
With shamefacedness, meaning not always in men's face. Don't be always around hanging with boys. All in boys' faces, sister. That's what you shouldn't be doing. Read.
And sobriety, not with braided hair, or gold, or apparel, or costly array.
So not with dressing like how Cardi B, Nicki Minaj, and how they dress. Yeah, you know what I'm, because everything they do, they dress to draw attention to themselves. They got long females, they got everything they got is to draw attention to themselves. They got a pound of makeup on their face. My sister, so that's something you shouldn't be doing. But look, she telling you go, but this is something you need to learn, because guess what? The Most High got you here for a reason, sis. Don't get what you need to get here today, because guess what? This gonna change your life. Right. You understand that? Give me that in Titus 2 about how to age women, because that's your daughter. Mama, you watch. Let me show you something. Hold that. Give me Ezekiel chapter 16 verse 44. Let me show you something though. What happens in our communities, because a lot of times our people, we don't know God's laws and we don't know how to teach our children God's laws. But check this out. Watch this, my sister. I want to show you something. Read that.
The book of Ezekiel chapter 16 verse 44. Behold, everyone that uses proverb shall use this proverb against thee, saying, as is the mother, so is her daughter.
It says, as is the mother, so is the daughter. Now, how many times you see when a mama grew up wearing stuff that was sexually attractive, that was sexually attractive to men? Guess what? The daughter did it. When a mama was in women and men's faces, guess what? The daughter did it. So the Bible said, as is the mother, so is the daughter. And those things shouldn't be, my sister. You seen, how many times you seen where the mom and the daughter going to the club and they both dressed in tight clothes? They going somewhere. All the daughters dressed just like the mom, and you can't tell which one is the mom or the daughter. Have you ever seen that? I know, I'm saying, have you ever seen that? But have you seen that, sister? You see that? So the scripture said, as is the mother, so is the daughter. So the mother is teaching the daughter, you gotta wear a tight dress, you gotta have a man. Guess what? You gotta have a boyfriend, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. That's what the mother is teaching the daughter, and that's what the daughter will pick up. But this is what on the flip side, this is what the mother should be teaching the daughter. Give me that title. Watch. Check this out, sis. Read.
The book of Titus, chapter 2, verse 3. The aged woman likewise.
So it says the aged woman likewise. That goes for the parents or whatever aged woman you have in your life. Read.
That they be in behavior as becoming holiness, not false accusers.
So hold up, but that's your mama. Hey, even though you can't hit your mama, sis. Give me that, hold that, give me Hebrews 6. Give me that, I want to show you something, sis, because you can't do that. You got to still be respectful. You can't do that. Give me that Hebrews 6. Yeah, Galatians 6. No, Ephesians 6. Ephesians 6. Ephesians 6 and 1. Give me Ephesians 6. I want to show you something.
Bring it out.
But you can't do that, my sister, because that goes against God's law, and you're going to bring a curse upon yourself. Read.
The book of Ephesians, chapter 6, verse 1. Bring it out. Children, obey your parents in the Lord, for this is right. Honor thy father and thy mother, which is the first commandment with promise.
You got to honor her no matter what's going on. You still have to honor, because that's your mama. You understand that, sis? You still have to honor no matter what's going on, no matter the situations, because guess what? This is, so give me that Sirach 3 and 8.
My sister.
So, sis, you have to honor your mom. You have to. That don't matter, because guess what? You bringing death to yourself by dishonoring your parents. Read.
The book of Sirach, chapter 3, verse 8, honor thy father and mother, both in the word and deed.
So you honor him in word and deed. You should never jump at your mama like that. You should never look at her and tell her, get out my face like that, because guess what? You're going to get judged by the Most High for that. I don't care what's the situation, what's going on with you and your mama, but you should never do that, because God will judge you for that. Because it says that's the first commandment with a promise. You understand? So not honoring your father and mother. Give me that in Deuteronomy about that wicked son. Let me show you something about that son that wanted to fight the children that do that to their parents. Let me show you something, sister. I'm only telling you this to help you because I want to see you do better.
And it's being with you, heirs of the grace of life, so that your prayers are not hindered.
So, if the conditions of the contract of the Most High are not fulfilled, the consequences can be dramatic. As the book of Isaiah says in chapter 3 of verses 4 to 5, and I will give children to be their princes, and children will rule over them, and the peoples will be oppressed, each by his neighbor, and each by his neighbor. The young man will behave proudly against the old man, and the vile against the noble.
Children are their oppressors.
So it says, as for my people, children are their oppressors. As for my people, children are oppressors.
Having the Lord as your guide. This is because the prophet will seek to extricate you from the clutches of the devil by seeking the word of the Most High in the book of Ephesians,
Isaiah chapter 3, verse 5. And the people shall be oppressed, everyone by another, and everyone by his neighbor. The children shall behave himself proudly against the angel, and the base against the ancient.
So it says the children shall behave themselves against the ancient. Read that one more time for me, just that part about the children.
And the care that one brings to the
newborn. And by one his neighbor, the children shall behave himself proudly.
So the children shall behave themselves proudly. What you done to your mama, that was behaving yourself proudly. And you're going to get judgment from the Most High from that. So you have to respect it. Read.
Against the ancient.
Against the ancient. That's going against your mama, somebody who's older than you. Somebody who you should be respecting no matter what the situation may be. You know what I'm saying? Because guess what? I know I didn't seen it before where she do this, she do that. But nah, at the end of the day, that's still your mama. You got to respect it. Because guess what? At one point, she fed you and she put clothes on your back, right? So you still have to respect that. Read.
And the base against the honorable.
And the base against the honorable. So, my sister, that you must respect your mama. You must respect your mama in all things. Give me that.
The book of Isaiah chapter 3 and verse 5. And the people shall be oppressed, every one by another.
So we will be oppressed one by another. So guess what? You may be dealing with something with you and your mom. Guess what? Y'all going back and forth with each other. Read.
And every one by his neighbor. The child shall behave himself proudly against the ancient.
So the child would behave himself proudly against the ancient, meaning you're going to dishonor your parents. That's in this time. Read.
In the base against the honorable.
And the base against the honorable. So therefore you should never do that to your mama, because that's your mama and judgment was going to happen.
Judah said to him, who am I now that I should contradict my Lord? I will do whatever he wishes, and it will be my joy until the day of my death.
Does your husband have respect for you in the Lord?
So, the husband must act as a protection, but this protection begins first with the fear of the Most High.
As the book of 1 Peter says in chapter 3 of verse 7, likewise, you husbands live with them according to knowledge, honoring your wives as the weaker sex, and as being with you heirs of the grace of life, so that your prayers are not hindered.
So, if the conditions of the contract of the Most High are not fulfilled, the consequences can be dramatic. As the book of Isaiah says in chapter 3 of verses 4 to 5, and I will give children to be their princes, and children will rule over them, and the peoples will be oppressed, each by his neighbor, and each by his neighbor. The young man will behave proudly against the old man, and the vile against the noble. Young sister, to receive the living water of the Lord, honor your parents without brutality, having the Lord as your guide. This is because the prophet will seek to extricate you from the clutches of the devil by seeking the word of the Most High in the book of Ephesians in chapter 6, verses 1 to 2.
Children, obey your parents according to the Lord, for this is right. Honor your father and your mother.
This is the first commandment with promise. The prophet speaks with authority so that the young sister can have respect for her mother. For you came out in the pains of childbirth and the care that one brings to the newborn. What does the book of Sirach say in chapter 7, verse